He said it was profit. Now, I tell you what, up there at Lakiba Sickles, they have those, of course they grill those hamburgers, and then they have homemade cobbler and ice cream, ice chest tea, and best football concession stand, or well, some of the best concession stand food that I've had is in football season at Sorrel. Fried fish and fried French fries right on the side. So good.
Wow.
Sometimes even some fried chicken nuggets that are really good. Well, I'll stick another song in here and we'll... A lot of these guys, they get their stuff already prepared. All mine's been done the hard way. Hours and hours and hours of editing. Let's see. How many viewers do you usually have?
It wildly varies. Like on this one, when we dropped the feed, we only had 1 or 2 momentarily. It was 5 to 37 usually. I've had games that we've had 800.
Wow.
I got lucky during the College World Series, and we had the clip of Shea Knight hitting that 17th inning home run. And I had like 386,000 viewers in the stream, and then 700 and something thousand shares of that one clip.
Wow.
Yeah, I got lucky because I just had it on her saying, and then it caught it, launched it, and I was in left field with my family and some friends from Tennessee. So it literally came 2 rows away from me. So it literally just like this showed it coming. Of course, game winner, huge game.
I don't know what the win's supposed to be tomorrow.
Average high school game, about our best basketball game is we've had about 800 to 1,100 watching the game.
Really?
Yeah. But it's just wildly inconsistent.
Oh wow, wind's not going to be bad tomorrow. 72 for the high, winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 7 to 11 on Saturdays. That's a lot better. I'd say that wind's gusting up to 23 right now.
Yeah, that's probably not far off.
Let's see what this says. 61 degrees, winds from 14 to 22. So that was the old press box, huh? I don't guess I'd ever seen it.
Yeah, it had a big metal railing that had a reinforced galvanized steel base to it. And that's where my shin got stuck because I went down sideways. Literally stepped out, missed it, and then went just flying and rolling all the way down. And man, it just...
There's been a few times that I thought I was going to go down out there.
It did a number.
That's why, if I can, I go over to that rail. I know one year I was having back problems, and I wasn't sure I was going to make it up the steps. Thankfully I did, but okay, here come the ups.
Do we know who's going to be home team?
I think they'll have to flip at the plate. Ooh, there's the big mean one. He's been a nice guy to me. Potty mouth, but he's a nice guy. Now Saturday, Coach Williams from CNET will be here, so he'll be umping. I guess at least he may be umping in all 4 games that day, he said. Boy, I tell you that championship Saturday in Class A and B was something else in basketball this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Roth game with Garber, is that who it was?
Yeah.
And then the Hydro-Eakly Ceiling Girls game.
And Tushka winning.
Yeah.
Totally unrated, but winning.
Well,
I was rooting for him.
Yeah, and that tends to happen when you don't update the ratings for almost a full month.
Yes.
You know, if they had done it week to week to week, they would have been ranked.
I love the fact that they were yelling, though, unranked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're planning on issuing them a Lifetime Achievement Award for that. Yes, I watched them all the way through, and the favorites in their regionals and areas, they weren't favored in any tournament other than the district tournament that they hosted.
Wow.
You know, they got Davenport, they, got Caddo, all teams that were supposed to be top 5, top 8 teams. And then obviously ended up beating 4 of the top 5 teams in the last week.
Well, that, I think that game was sealing because I did 2 tournaments that the Hydro-Eakly girls were in. And of the games that I watched, that was the closest game that I had seen. And then there was another one that I think was in area, maybe. That might have been a little bit closer, but I just went to watch those. But the Geronimo tournament, you just run away. I mean, even in the championship game, it was, I think, 70-something to 30-something. And on Friday, it was like 102 to 49. And I didn't even know their fans could cheer until I heard them at area, because most of the time they'd yell for the starting lineup and then they wouldn't cheer during the game because it's just so embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that particular girls squad supplanted a once-in-a-lifetime kind of dynasty that Ceiling had built up, but then they just graduated out. And, Hydro had nipped at them, and then they had it, for 2 years, and then Ceiling's, they're kind of back.
Yeah. Well, that guy that was umping in the first game, he was at the, I didn't do the game, but he was telling me about it a while ago. And of course I'd heard about it because the AD at Cyril told me about it, but he said they hollered at him and said, "You better get out there, there's fixing to be a fight between Shane McLemore and I think it was an assistant coach or something like that." And Terry told me, he said, "I had no choice." He said, "I ejected both of them." I said, "So Shane didn't get to..." And I said, "Was that girls or boys game?" He said, "Girls." I said, so he couldn't even coach in the boys' games? No. No, he couldn't.
Yeah, the emotions get the better of them a lot of the times in basketball. It seems to be the confined area.
Yeah.
The opposition. Here. Cheerleaders here, cheerleaders there. They kind of go at each other. The coaches are side by side. So
I've noticed the cheerleaders over there are usually on opposite sides.
Yeah, that's a OSSAA thing that they think that it mitigates taunting, but it doesn't.
But you know, I remember when I was in school, I was talking to somebody about it not long ago, that I remember when the home team went and visited the visitors side and then brought the visitors cheerleaders to the home side, and they'd cheer, you know, do some cheers or whatever for each other. And one of the things that over at Cyril, they like to do the church clap at halftime. And so they invited one of the team's cheerleaders over. Well, it was Nenakaw. Well, then Nenakaw liked it, and so when I went and did their games, they wanted to do it. And they started inviting the other team's cheerleaders to do the church clap with them. And I thought that was pretty neat. Because you'd get them together, and you could tell they just had a good time. But yeah, I think you're right. Football, I mean, they still yell at the officials, but I think basketball is the worst.
Yeah.
What did that guy even say a while ago?
You're Bush League, you're a joke.
Oh, and he just threw him out of instantly, didn't he?
Yeah, two words, 2 insults, and that's all it took. He was out. And I've heard much worse over innings and innings and innings before finally somebody says, all right, that's it, you're out.
Now, I know in the summer one year, one guy, this woman kept coming after him, and he said, lady, you just go home, you're out. He told me later, he said, it's summertime, I can get by with that easier. He said, I don't have the LSSAA breathing down my back.
I covered a basketball tournament about 7-8 weeks ago, maybe longer. 12 people ejected.
Oh my stars. Well, they had 5
They hit them all by just association, pretty much. I mean, it was 2 guys and a woman, and then anybody that rode with them, I guess, had to leave too. But they even kept on and kept on and kept on. They even sent the sheriff's deputy up in the stands to get them.
I remember at regionals a couple of 3 years ago over at, I guess it was over at Apache. They threw the whole student section out from Cashin.
All right, game 3 here, day 1 action of the 2022 Amber Pocasset Baseball Tournament will showcase a battle of the cats. The Atoka Wampus Cats versus the Hydro-Eakly Bobcats. Final results from previous games today. Amber Pocasset Panthers 9-1 over the Lexington Bulldogs. The Sterling Tigers defeated the Amber Pocasset Panthers 10-2. That leads us to game 3. Next game will be approximately 6 o'clock. Should come off the board about right. This one's going to be a couple minutes late, actually. But the next game up will be Arapahoe Butler versus Lindsay. And then the final game of the night, approximately 8 o'clock, Canute versus Ripley. I believe since Hydro-Eakly has got balls in hand and catcher's gear on, that they will be your home team. So we will flip our encoder panel here. Pause for update.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to this game. We ask during the game that you please refrain from poor sportsmanship. Please don't criticize the players on either team. Please don't boo or yell at the umpires. Please be courteous to the opposing team's fans. Please cheer enthusiastically for your team. And please show respect for any injured player on either team. Poor sportsmanship is a bad example for the kids who are present in the stands. The way kids see adults act at games is the way they are going to act at games too. So please be sure and set a good example for the kids. Now,
sorry for the bounce there on the screen.
A reminder from the OSSA.
Just about dislodged our plug-in for the microphone and the camera. All right, so Game 3 triple header coverage for Prep Nation TV features Atoka and Hydro-Eakly. This should conclude our coverage for the day. If anybody else wants to subscribe on a pay-per-view on-demand basis for the Lindsay Arapahoe Butler game, you need to do so quickly. Send your payment $10 for doubleheader day or $20 for the whole tournament. And then that will get you covered. Send it to Cash App, $Prep Nation. You can text 405-492-8825 for a game link. If you have any questions, please let us know. And if for any reason we drop the feed again here today, it's not intentional. Sun appears to be out now. Clouds in the sky have kind of dissipated, so it should be probably a little bit better connection. We've got the video highlights already up for the Ampo Sterling game. We just haven't done the offensive and defensive plays of the game, but we will do that later. We're up against a crunch here for this game, thinking that it was going to roll off in about 25 minutes, and as is, we're now 5 minutes behind, but ready to get going.
All right, our next game will be between the Atoka Wampus Cats and the Hydro-Eakly Bobcats, and batting first for Atoka will be number 2, Jay Jackson.
And in for a strike. And jams him up 0-2. Gets it on the wrists. It's going to fly out to left field, one down.
And there's one away. Next to the plate, number 6, Garcia.
It's number 10, long, lanky build. Has a nice long stride. Lefty is always a dangerous matchup for the batter. Efficient. First out, 3 pitches. In high ball 1. For those in the stream that are unfamiliar with Prep Nation TV layout, if you haven't done so already, please go to the home tab of the YouTube app and click subscribe. Prioritizes your news feed and puts our videos in your content whenever you're within the app. On the videos tab, anything red and white means live, black and white means previously aired. Click playlist to go to teams of choice. Most recent clips will be up first, and you can cast those to your smart TV and to other tablets and devices. Check swing. He goes full count. Runner on.
Runner now at first base for Atoka. And batting next, number 17, Richie.
Beautiful pitch. So pitcher has a predetermined kind of method to his madness. He's going in high and tight and then up high and wide. Pretty much alternating pitches every other. Infield pop-up should go to the shortstop. Over his head, runner is going to be out, so they in effect get the better of the two.
And there's two away now. Runner is still at first.
Don't know if a coach has ever been proud of an error, but that worked in, pretty much in Hydro-Eakly's favor.
Batting next is number 7, Franklin.
Trajectory of the ball kept the base runner stuck. Once it landed, he had to go, and saves you from having to throw across field, just flick it over to the second baseman for the out. Ball put in play. This one's going to right field. And he misses it. Another error, and a run will come in. It's going to be super close, but he's safe.
And a run will score for Atoka, putting them on the board.
Unearned runs are a coach's headache. And in that particular case, mistimed the ball, spun the opposite direction, drops it, misses it. Runner advances from second to home.
Up next, number 9, Cheryl. I'm just not going to call that next kid's name until I get his pronunciation. It's been a year since I've called it. I remember it.
And the pattern continues. Ball, strike, or strike, ball. If I can guess the pattern that quickly, the batters are too. So I'm not seeing many alternate swings here. This should be a strike if he goes his normal pattern. Off the plate, 3-1. Atoka rocking camo maroon unis. That one would have been a fireball to handle. So full count now after it goes foul down the third base line. Left field. Third base, you just combine them together, call it left base. That ball rolled all the way to the fence. Hopper walks in, plus allows him to steal on runners on the corners.
Runners now at first and third base. 2 away.
All right, we have a substitution pinch runner. So catcher will come back and start getting gear on Likely. Ball is high, 1-0. So after 3 pitches and getting the first strikeout or out, it's now been 17 of having to earn that second out and potential third. And safe again at third. Checks him in at first and safe. Runner stays at third. So back-to-back balls, back-to-back batters facing a 3-1 count. He walks the bases loaded.
And bases now loaded up for Atoka. Up next, number 25, Daniel.
Off-speed changeup confounds the batter. Strike one. Solid shot. Third base is going to have a trouble ball. He still gets it off, and that is a potential defensive play of the game. Throws him out from the knee. 5-3 ground out.
And we head now to the bottom of the first inning. Your score is 1-0. Hydro-Eakly preparing to come up to bat.
So you got to give the third baseman props there. He falls down to get the ball, still gets it fired off, throws him out from his knees. And that is a huge out because a guaranteed run was coming across the plate if that bobbles, bounces, or one hops. So though Hydro gives up a run, they are able to snatch one away from Atoka. 1-0 lead, bottom of the first coming up.
Interestingly enough, that's the third baseman's last name. Props.
Wow. It was just brought to my attention that the third baseman has earned a double entendre award for the game. I gave props to Mr. Props.
Yeah, Carson Props.
We used to have, when I was a teenager, baseball clinics in Chandler before it started branching out kind of all over the state. Roth, Silo, multiple schools now have them, but they used to teach techniques on how to throw when you're down on the ground and still keep the ball in play, and the young man does the job.
Coming up to bat for Hydro-Eakly, number 2, Trenton Coe.
Nice velocity. noticeably faster pitcher than we've seen thus far today. Back-to-back balls, though, 2-0 count. Just a reminder, anybody watching the stream, please take the time to go to the home tab of the YouTube app and click subscribe to Prep Nation TV. It prioritizes all of our content when you're in the app, so it appears for your news feed and viewing pleasure. Also allows us to get closer to being able to monetize our account, advertise for our sponsors, continue to cover games all throughout the state of Oklahoma. So he gets that needed strike. 3-1 on the count. If anybody wants to subscribe for tournament coverage for Flex pay-per-view games, please send a $10 payment via the Cash App to $Prep Nation for doubleheader games today, the 4th and 5th games. Otherwise, $20 for the tournament. We will flex coverage all 3 days, minimum each day. We will televise 3 games, perhaps 4 or 5. I'd like to thank our coverage sponsor, Bank of Hydro. And it gets him.
And there's one away. Next to the plate, number 11, Carson Props.
Ball in play, third base grabs it. Should be a standard 5-3 ground out. Oh, and he misses it. So we're going to call that a 3 fielding error on the first baseman. He should have got that tag. Ball seemed to be in play. For whatever reason, he just spun off the bag and tried to do a backhand tag.
Runner now on first base for Hydro-Eakly. And next to the plate is number 10, Paxton Price.
Hit to the first base. We'll have a dipsy-do and a 3-1 tag out.
And there's 2 away. Batting next, number 18, Nolan Gore.
So runner does advance to second on the fielding error, and then the 3-1 fielder's choice tag out. Nifty footwork on display by the pitcher and first baseman. Nicely done. Nice pitch. Even his changeup is making a popping sound in that catcher's mitt. Fouled off, 0-2 count. Thus far, both previous games today were ended early on run rules. One a 5-inning game, 9-1 by Ampo. And then a 6-inning run rule. 4 Sterling didn't have to bat. He got some wicked torque on that one. Just a little bit late on the swing.
Game temperature is 62 degrees. Winds gusting up to 22 right now.
As just stated, got here for the weather. It was about 45, 46 perhaps, but it was a bit nippy. So it's up to 62 now, sun out, and definitely more of a traditional March day in Oklahoma. All right, so the pitcher does it 1-3.
And that will end the first inning. So after one complete inning of play, it is 1-0. Atoka in the lead.
This game features a battle of the cats, and thus far, Wampus is beating Bob. 1-0 lead for Atoka. They'll be up to bat. Top of the second inning coming up. Any family members or staff of people watching or listening in the stream, end of game, send us your box scores.
Batting for Atoka, number 19, Bryant.
If you have a subscription feature with Game Changer or another app, please share with Prep Nation or send to 405-492-8825. Puts the dugout on alert. Ball goes off the backside of the bat. Close, but they get him.
And there's one away. Next up, number 21, Carroll.
5-3 ground out, one down. I was curious and just checked. Hydro and Atoka, 3 hours and 21 minutes apart. Chopper to third, grabs it, throws. And ooh, Atoka likes what they see. He is on safe.
Runner now at first base for Atoka. And top of the batting order. Batting is number 2, Jackson.
So just beats out the throw on the single. Runner was hustling down the line and got on. Bloops it right over the second baseman's head, right into center field. Runners on first and second.
Runners now on the first 2 bases for Atoka. And next up will be number 6, Garcia.
In for strike 0-1.
Maddie. Okay.
What's that?
Get a pronunciation.
All right, we got back-to-back step-offs. Ball put in play. Catcher, pitcher makes the decision to go third instead of first. So he has them on the corners now. Sometimes when you're a lefty, it is harder to get that turn to spin back after grabbing the ball and going to first. He had the angle for third, but the base runner jumped him on that one. Boy, he was about 2 strides from the bag before he even got a chance to throw it. Bases loaded for the Wampus Cats. Took in transition this year after longtime head coach Dwayne Dale retired, being replaced by Trevor Cook, and head coach skipper for Hydro-Eakly, Mr. Chris Graham. Ball way outside. We'll have a meeting at...
It's called Beef House just with a V. So it's a Beef House.
It's Beef House?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Better not say anything and embarrass myself.
All right, Atoka pitcher up to bat here during the break. He is now favorably 2-0 on the pitch count. Bases loaded. Coach for Hydro looking to assign some potential fielder's choice tag outs, hoping to get out of this jam. No outs. Bases loaded. They already trail 1-0, so you have to be very careful here on pitch in play where you go first. So they're likely going over assignments, head home first, and then take a base runner with you if you can turn 2.
Batting is number 17, Richie.
Outside ball 3. Just kind of have that gut feeling that Atoka is going to be able to jump on him here early on. Wicked rip goes down the right field line. Full count. Had that stayed fair, that would have likely cleared the bases and put that gentleman on third base because it was headed all the way to the wall. And he does it again, this time perfectly positioned to the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Stand up double. And here goes the 3rd run, and it's a 3 RBI double. Steals 3rd just to show off.
And 3 runs will score for the Wampus Cats. Makes the score now 4-0. Your next batter will be number 7, Franklin.
Nicely done by the young'un. It's not often that a pitcher has that strong of an arm and release on the swing, but a very fluid, smooth stroke. And he put that ball deep into center field. perfectly positioned between the right fielder and left fielder, which looks to me there's a good 50 yards separating them. They are really spread far apart. Pitcher loses possession of that pitch. Based upon the games we've seen thus far today, you'd have to say Atoka and Sterling are definitely favorites to potentially punch those championship game matchups for Saturday. In high.
Runner now at first base for Atoka. And your next batter is number 9, Cheryl.
So Sterling in the slot right now to play the winner of Arapahoe Butler Lindsay. And then the winner of this game will meet the winner of tonight's final game between Ripley and Canute. I think we're going to have a pitching change made here. The way the young man is holding the ball, looks like he's about to hand it over to the coach. Hasn't taken it yet, so he may stick with him. Keep seeing them nodding over. I haven't seen anybody warming up in the bullpen. However, the coach just waved someone over. So the home now dugout perfectly blocking the pitchers that are warming up. So he is bringing someone in here, it looks like. And here he comes, just about to enter the field. So 50 pitch count will max out this gentleman right here who hands the ball over. So we'll have a contrast of style, shorter and righty instead of the tall, lanky lefty that heads to the dugout. Some team elects to go in the bullpen. Some of the other kids like to throw just straight grass. And that's what that gentleman was doing there. Unless I stood up, I would have never seen him warming up over there. It is a 4-0 lead for Atoka, in large part due to a massive 3 RBI double. When the game resumes, we will have a 0-1 pitch count, 1 down, and runners on the corners, first and third. For anybody interested in sharing links for the game, all you have to do is go to the tab for videos, look to the far right. In between the cast button, search, there is a 3-line dot. You simply click on that, go down to share, and then simply copy link, or you can interface it with Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, email it to somebody, or just direct text. Also gives a couple of other features as well, allowing you to airdrop it. And I believe there's a couple of settings on there maybe for Dropbox and Messenger as well. But a variety of ways you can share the link with your friends or family so they can enjoy the game. Please just ask everybody to subscribe And back in action. Tries to bunt, and he was probably a good 8 feet out of the batter's box on that one. Just momentum taking him toward first base line. So he mistimes the pitch, and miraculously it's a 0-2 count. So the pitcher coming in has to be pleased now, being up that much leverage. 0-2. Atoka wants a balk call. I don't think he had the leg cocked, so he should be good on that one. Puts it in play, second baseman, 4-3 ground out, be a sac RBI, 1 scores.
And a run will score. 2 away now. Next to the plate, number 11, Beef House.
5-0 lead. I believe the scoreboard is a little bit behind catching up. Nice breaking ball. Falls in for the strike. Not to say this game is going to end in another run rule, but it would be probably interesting to see 2 of them back to back go that way, but then 3 in a row. We're 2 for 2 so far on the day. That one was tight. One of those rare 4-2s. There's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and runner on second. Checks back and safe. Gets him to reach. And the full count. Ball gets on the outside corner. He is going to be in safe and turn the corner and steal third and home. Scores another.
And another run will cross the plate. So a runner on first. Batting next, number 25, Daniel.
It is a huge top second for the Wampus Cats. 5 runs on the scoreboard after getting 1 in the top of the first. Steal again. Even though I don't know it can be a stolen base if it's uncontested, but he already had that ball jumped and was a third of the way down the line when it was pitched. Out ahead. Under the feet of the base runner to the shortstop. 6-3 ground out. That'll take us through 2. 6-0 Atoka over Hydro-Eakly.
And we are headed to the bottom of the second inning. So after 1.5, it is 6-0 with Atoka in the lead.
Atoka gets 2 doubles with stolen base, making them triples. Knocking in a combined 5 runs, 4 earned, 1 unearned on the stolen base and throw as he came home from third. Very efficient pitching game thus far for number 17 on the mound. He's also got 3 of those runs scored in. If Blake Shelton was a baseball fan, he'd be happy with that little semi-half mullet. And gets him on the strike.
Currently batting is number 33, Caleb Warner.
Wicked shot to left field all the way to the wall, and over it goes.
It's a goner! Over the fence, out of the park, and on permanent vacation. Get a spot ready in the trophy case, Mom. Hot dog, it's a bang, 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 boom, home run! That made people chuckle.
All right, so some signs of life and fight from this Bobcat squad. They were down 6-0 and now got a run on the board.
Batting is number 14, Colson Tharp.
Only downside is no base runners on when he hit that home run. So pitch count evens up 1-1. And as I just say that, make it 1-2. And he gets him plus tags.
One away. Batting next, number 15, Carter Tharp.
So 2-0 count. Fouls it off 2-1. Three-two on the count. This pitcher is just not giving the batters much time to really relax. He is very quick on the draw. So 6-3, I'm sorry, on the ground out.
And there's 2 away.
2 down.
Next to the plate, number 22, Caden Harris.
Chopper right to the pitcher, can't get it. That'll fall for a single. And the Bobcats are on.
Runner now on first base for Hydro-Eakly. Next up, number 6, Xavier Sembrano.
Back-to-back fouls makes it 2-2. And gets him through to your score. Atoka 6, Hydro-Eakly 2.
And that will end the inning. After 2 complete innings of play, it is 6-1. Atoka in the lead. Be sure to visit the concession stand, folks. Plenty of items over there that will quench your thirst and also take care of that hunger. Good old pulled pork. I'm sure some of you know that for sure. Pulled pork. And incidentally, one of the things they like to do here is pulled pork nachos. Now there's your combination. Pulled pork nachos. So be sure and check it all out at the concession stand. Coming up to bat for Atoka, number 19, Bryant.
Outside corner called strike. Looks like it's going to hook into play, and third baseman can't come underneath it from the reverse. Count remains 2-2. Inside full count. And that'll put a runner on.
Runner now on first base for Atoka. And next to the plate is number 21, Carroll.
Strike evens it out 1-1. Throws down the sack bunt. Runner will advance to second. Pitcher chooses to do the 1-3 on the fielder's choice throw out.
And there's one away. Runner now at second. Top of the batting order. Batting is number 2, Jackson.
Levi's swing there. Runner goes. Throw is on the money, but third baseman cannot keep it in the mitt, so it is a stolen base for Atoka. Runner on third. So Hydro-Eakly trades a strike for a base. Runner now in scoring position at third. Through the middle, RBI single 7.
And another run will score on the single. 7-1 your score now. Next up is number 6, Garcia.
Runner goes, throw is looping and high over the top of both the shortstop and the center fielder. So that puts another runner in scoring position for Atoka. It is a 7-1 game. Somehow the remote disconnected and scored 4 consecutive runs while I was clearing out the strikes and balls. So I apologize for that. We reset the score appropriately. 7-1 Atoka. Another walk, another runner on.
Runners now on the corners for Atoka. Next up, number 17, Richie.
Intentional walk. Interesting.
All right. Base is now loaded. And up next is number 7, Franklin.
Probably not a bad idea considering the last hit that gentleman had. So Hydro definitely playing a numbers game here now. Only balls in play is head to home tag or turn 3. Some of the pressure's off the Bobcats pitcher. He doesn't have to keep looking for a stolen base. Unfortunately, any miscue thrown, drop ball, wide pitch, hit batter, it fires back to first in type. So you don't be playing around because you're already trailing by 6. You get this game up 4 more clearing the bases, and you're potentially run rule territory here. As long as Hydro doesn't give up 6 runs in this inning, then they will live to fight another day, but they will get that final at-bat of the inning. And he walks a run in.
And a score will cross the plate. 8-1.
This is where it gets potentially really iffy. So 37 pitches for this particular pitcher, 23 though in this inning alone, and that may be it. Atoka has been relentless on the base path. I mean, every time they've got a player on and there's been an empty spot, they've taken it. We still have 1 out, 0-0 pitch count, new pitcher. Okie dokie, back in play, back in action here. It is an 8-1 lead for Atoka over Hydro-Eakly. Thus far, 2 for 2 on run rules. We are working on our third one here if Hydro-Eakly does not get a stop. Sack bunt is thrown down. Pitcher can't go home, so he goes first, gets it there. Runners advance second and third.
And another run will score. There's 2 away now. Runners down 2 and 3.
So 9-1 lead. Sack bunt leads to a score. Pitcher goes with the fielder's choice throw out, so officially a 1-3.
Batting next, number 11, Veet House.
Pitch goes high, bounces all the way back. It's a good thing he threw some mustard on that one because that would have been another unearned run and stolen base. All right, so reminder on the run rules, it's 12 runs after 3 innings are completed, 10 after 4, 8 after 5. As long as Hydro-Eakly does not give up 4 more runs, they will definitely have an opportunity to get something cooking in the bottom of the 3rd and 4th. It's been a tough day at the office for the pitchers today. Wild throw walks them many ways, so nobody gets to jump. Oh, they're going to. The catcher is totally clueless. Wow, it's just been that kind of day. And the runner goes.
Another run scores.
First to second. Adding insult to injury.
Runners down 2nd and 3rd. And the next batter is number 25, Daniel.
Pitch is high. So just to recap, Hydro cannot give up 3 runs. If this is 13-1, then they could be looking at their final outs. He was swinging for the fences there, 1-2 on the pitch count. And gets him on the case, so Hydro will get out of a bind.
And that will bring us to the bottom of the 3rd inning. After 2.5, it is 10-1 with Atoka in the lead. Hydro-Eakly preparing to come up to bat.
Atoka scores 4 in the top of the 3rd, strands 2. It is a 10-1 lead for the Wampus Cats from Atoka, Oklahoma. I feel pretty confident in saying that Atoka may be the only high school in the country with the mascot Wampus Cats. All right, so now Hydro-Eakly's short-term goals have got to be get a run scored, get some momentum, try to shake up this pitcher who's been pretty dominant on both sides of the field, on the mound and at the plate. do not want to trade run rule pressure for run rule. So they're going to get through 3. However, they need to get a good 4th or get a run here. Otherwise, Atoka's 1 run away from potentially having this very same opportunity in the bottom of the 4th.
Top of the batting order, batting for Hydro-Eakly, number 2, Trenton Coe.
In tight, strike 1. Crowd has picked up considerably. Lindsay Leopards are now here. Rappo Butler has been here for probably a good 30 minutes or so. Royal blue and looks like in gold yellow. Dinger up to the center fielder. It's going to go over his head and shoulder. Should be a stand-up double. And he is in safe.
Runner now on second base for Hydro-Eakly. Next to the plate, number 11, Carson Props.
If I'm the head coach here, I go for a good swing, and if I don't get it, I throw down a first base line bunt. You've got to get a run on the board here and get some momentum built up. Rips it down the first base line to right field. That'll be an RBI and score it.
And a run will come in. Putting another score on the board for Hydro-Eakly, now 10-2. Batting next, number 10, Paxton Price.
Logically, it may not make much sense that that was a huge play, but psychologically, that was necessary and had to be done. You don't score a run in this inning, you go right back to the top of the 4th. Atoka scores 1 run, and then you're down to your final 3 outs again. So now Hydro can get a little bit of the pressure off, knowing that if the defense can play good, they can potentially get to a 5th inning and just kind of keep getting some quality at bats. And he strikes him out.
And there's one away. Coming up next is number 18, Nolan Gore.
Back-to-back strikes. Checks him back on first and safe. Strike. Throw is off the mark and safe. Second stolen. Loops it right over the head, so that should be another run scoring. Coach is sending him in, and he will be in safe. RBI single for Hydro-Eakly.
And another run will score for Hydro-Eakly, now making it 10-3. Stepping up next is number 33, Caleb Warner.
So head coach has to be pleased with what he's seen in this inning. First time that Hydro has got 2 runs on the board in an inning. More importantly, they have trimmed a 9-point deficit now to 7 points. So putting some of the pressure and I guess onus back on Atoka to score again. Not done here in the bottom of the 3rd yet though. Outside 2-2. And he got him back-to-back Ks.
2 away. And your next batter, number 14, Colson Tharp.
Another strike. That runner steals. Oh, 2 count now after the unsuccessful bunt. I like the call as long as he doesn't hit it center and rolls it right to the pitcher. And he catches him swinging. So it'll be a 3rd strike base on ball throw out. 2-3.
And that will end the inning. So after 3 complete, it is 10-3. With Atoka in the lead and preparing to come up to bat.
Through 3 innings, your score: Atoka 10, Hydro-Eakly 3. Day 1 action here at the 2022 AMPO Classic. Game 3 out of 5 on the day.
Six schools in the world have Wampus cats.
Really? I've just been told that there are 6 schools in Oklahoma,
It's in the nation, or in
United
the world.
States, Michigan, Illinois, wherever they may be located, but 6 Wampus cats. I remember asking someone that was a resident of Coleman where they came up with the name, and she said that in a swamp, it'll get you in a womp. That's what you call Southern, folks. Southern ingenuity and rednecking. Womping and the swamping. All right, so the math of the run rules now: 12 run, 3 inning run rule is off the table. We're now down to Atoka needing to score 3 runs here in the top of the 4th to really put it to Hydro-Eakly. Otherwise, we may make it a couple more innings here. It is a 10-3 lead for Atoka.
Coming up to bat for Atoka is number 19, Brian.
Back-to-back balls, 2-0 count. And low, ball 3. This has been a tough part of the lineup for Hydro-Eakly, so strike taken 3-1. They definitely do not want to see these next 4 batters. Whips it all the way to the wall. Stand up, double, and Atoka.
Runner now on second base for Atoka. Next at bat, number 21, Carroll.
Thus far, assessments on the day: Sterling, exceptionally gifted team. Atoka, probably the team to beat here in this 2022 AMPO Classic. Exceptionally good pitching thus far. Hitting has been A+, and base stealing and running has been A+, because they are taking everything the team gives them and making them pay. Thing I look for with batters is, if you have a single, how much do you want that double, and how quickly are you putting yourself in a position to be able to get that? And so far, even when they're running down the first base line, boy, they're looking to turn already. They're not just trotting down happy to have a single. They're looking to make it more. And that'll walk him.
Runners now at first and second for Atoka. Top of the batting order. Batting next is number 2, Jackson.
Meeting at the mound, 20 pitches in. This looks like it's going to be it. We're going to be on our 4th pitcher of the day, and we are. So it looks like the pitcher and the second baseman will be flopping positions and flipping. Atoka up big in large part due to exceptionally good placed balls out on the field on their hits. Clearing the bases and getting runners on every inning they've had now, 4 in a row, at least 2 runners on. And as you can tell by looking at the scoreboard, that's equivalent to 1 run, 5 runs, and 4 runs, so they are taking advantage of what they've got. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe Lindsay likewise is a Class 3A team that'll be playing in this tournament, joining Atoka. We reset, new pitcher ready to go, number 2 up to bat, and 2 runners on for Atoka. Bunt is thrown down. Runner will advance to third. Pitcher muffs that opportunity up. He still gets him, though, but it allows both of the base runners to get on, so runners first and second.
One away now. Runners now at first and second for Atoka. And next at bat is number 6, Garcia.
So in effect, first and second just swap spots, and we get the runner now immediately off of third on the tag out. Little tape delay action or reaction there on the pitcher, but he ends up getting the 1-5 fielder's choice throw out. Called strike. In high 2-1. Swings, misses, 2-2. Runners both go, both will steal. So strikeout called, 2 down.
Next to the plate, number 17, Richie. It's 2 away.
And another intentional walk. They learned their lesson the first time. They're not going to put him back at the plate to swing.
All right. Base is loaded up now. And batting now is number 7, Franklin. Blue, blue, blue.
4 straight innings, 2 runners on. 4 straight innings, 3 runners on. Let's see if Atoka can get a runner across the plate. Swings and misses. Innings already going better for Hydro-Eakly than it has prior until the first inning when they only gave up 1 run. Right now they've got Atoka at 0. Pitch is wild. Runners remain on point. First, second, and third still loaded. Ball is high, 2-1. Fouls it off. So Hydro-Eakly, first time in this game, they've actually kind of got the leverage now on Atoka. 2-2 is the pitch count. All they need is that extra out and strike, and they're good to go. They'll get out of a jam here. Oh, he gets him. So Hydro now has something to be excited about.
Headed to the bottom of the fourth inning. Score is still 10-3 with Atoka in the lead. Hydro-Eakly preparing to come up to bat.
Huge turn of events there in the top of the inning. Not only does Hydro-Eakly stave off potential run rule back-to-back innings, but they hold Atoka scoreless first time this game. And now they've given themselves an opportunity to make it through the fourth inning into the fifth inning as well.
Our concession staff is ready to serve you.
Now the only remaining run rule in effect will be 8 runs after 5 innings.
All right, fans, here we go. Bottom of the fourth inning. And coming to bat for Hydro-Eakly is number 15, Carter Tharp.
Those of you that are in the stream late and missed the earlier games today, Amber Pocasset defeated Lexington 9-1. Had the tables turned on them though in the second game. Sterling was victorious 10-2 against Ampo. And another single and leadoff runner for Hydro-Eakly.
Runner now on first base for Hydro-Eakly. And your next batter will be number 22, Caden Harris.
Got to give these young men credit. Have been resilient, shown fight, heart, even through 4 pitching changes. Bobcats are making this a game again and putting a base runner on back-to-back innings. To the shortstop, turns one, and just off the mark, saying the foot drug.